we're going to shift gears a little bit. We are back inside, not because it is rainy out, but just because it's so early in the morning that I don't want to deal with the dew and the chilly temperatures. So I thought that I would bring you back inside to my multicolored floor in my basement, and we are going to do a short video about fenders. So this is the fender that came off of the XS850 triple, affectionately known as Big Red. And as you can see, there's a lot of rust, right? A lot of rust, a lot of tarnish, just a lot of overall bad stuff. And you could send this out to have it re-chromed, and they would do a fantastic job on it. However, this is a budget build. If you've watched my channel, you know that I try to do things on the cheap. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make this look a lot better. Maybe not 100% better, but a lot better for very cheap. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so the tool list is pretty simple. You want to get yourself some steel wool. I prefer to use some quadruple aught, which is 0000 grade steel wool. And then I also use a lubricant. This is PB Blaster. Some people use water. Some people don't use anything. I find that if you don't use anything, it's a little bit too abrasive. And if you use water, it ends up rusting out your steel wool. So instead, I end up using lubricant so that way it doesn't, and I get longer longevity out of my steel wool. So as you can see, there are some pretty good pits in here, right? Pretty good pits. And something to notice too, whenever you take off a fender, look for any really clean spots. Like this one was already off the bike before I got it. And there are corresponding brackets for the brake caliper hoses. They might slide in. Oh, you know what? Look at that. They do actually slide in. So see, just taking a second out to look. So the bolt holes, those are the shiny parts. Those are just the bolts and washers. The actual bracket goes on the inside. So see, I learned something. So there's really, I guess, no wrong way per se to do this. I do want to show you how rusty that is because we're going to do a before and an after there. So I just usually spray some of this on here, like so, saturate it, and then we just start working the area. Now it's not gonna magically disappear right off the bat. And I also had a rag, because sometimes you need a rag to be able to wipe off some of the excess. So as we're trying to clean it, and like I said, you can see that some of the chrome is just gone. And with that chrome being gone, we're kind of limited in what we can do. That's not to say that we can't help out and make it look better, but are we going to get the chrome 100% back? Probably not, because of the pitting that has happened. But we're basically just going around, and anywhere where there's chrome, we're just taking it and trying to get off all of the surface rust. Some of the deep pits won't come off, but I mean, look at already how much better that's looking. It's starting to look like chrome again, right? And depending on how long you want to work on this stuff too, will determine how good it looks. Like I said, these pits will never 100% come out, but you can get them to lessen their appearance significantly. And when we're talking about vintage bikes anyhow, we're pretty much talking about, you know, bikes that have seen the open road a lot, have been around for a lot, and they're not necessarily going to be in pristine condition, right? But we can see that even there, yes, there are some pits, but it's taking overall it's taking all of that rusty color out. But it takes a while of just really working at it. Now we could, if we wanted to, we could try to sand this fender down. Start with maybe, I don't know, 600 grit and go all the way up to maybe 1500 grit. And that might end up taking out some more of these as well. But for right now, I just want to see, using steel wool, how much better this is going to look. And to tell you the truth, I mean, other than this spot right here, well, you know what? Let's try this spot. So see this rust that's right here? Let's try this. Let's see what happens. So this scratch was already in here. This wasn't made by the steel wool. Looks like almost like someone tried to scrape some of the rust off or something with a screwdriver, or something more abrasive. So there you have it, folks. Here is the, I don't know if you call it polished, but sure, the polished front fender that's going to go on the 850. Yes, still has pitting there. But that's actually, the chrome itself is just in such bad shape that it's not going to shine up without maybe doing some sanding and some buffing, which we may do, or we may decide that the front and back bumpers are going, or front and back fenders rather, are going to get painted. But overall, I mean, it's shined up considerably better than it was. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. If you like what you saw, I implore you, please click that like, click that subscribe. Write some comments down there. Let me know what you would do to this fender to make it chromier than what it was. I'm also trying to build a community, so you can always feel free to join my Facebook, join my Discord. Let's get things going around, and let me know. Drop a comment in any of these videos. Let me know what you would like to see in a future video. If you watched the last video, you saw that Big Red stumped me with the brakes, but I may just have a surprise for her coming in the mail to make her change her tune. Until then, everybody, be safe, have fun, and I'll see you soon.